Yo, what is going on? Plan C podcast coming back at you. It is a Wednesday. I am chilling today talking about the results of the NBA Finals. Congratulations to the Lakers for winning. Also gonna sort of go over sort of what we've been doing here at Plan C Podcast. I know it's been a while since we produced a podcast, but you know that doesn't mean we haven't been doing stuff. I hope everyone is doing all right in these Corona times. Continue to wear a mask, continue to wash your hands. I've been good. Just been work a part-time job, and I'm there about 35 hours a week, so that's pretty good. And other than that, just life continues to go on. So before we get into it again, just want to thank everyone for listening. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed on Spotify, or I guess it's a follow on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Music. Check out our previous streams. We're going to start editing some videos, hopefully. So I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but just keep your eyes open. We got content coming. At least that's the plan. So enjoy the podcast and see you on the other side. All right, y'all. So what? Today's Wednesday, and on Sunday, as many of you know, the Lakers won the 2020 NBA Finals title. I am not the biggest Lakers fan, but, congratulations to the Lakers on their 17th title. They are now tied with the Boston Celtics for most titles in NBA history, which is pretty impressive. If you go back to the NBL days, the National Basketball League, which was one of the leagues that then formed into the NBA, they won a title. So I'm pretty sure, if you want to count that, they're up to 18. But who the fuck counts that? No one does. LeBron, Finals MVP, no surprise there. I guess it wasn't a hard pick, but when I did the NBA pod, I want to say back in July before the playoffs, I picked the Lakers to win. So, nice little pat on my back. I was thinking about it, and Anthony Davis probably is the best number 2 that LeBron's ever played with in terms of having, I won't say number 2, but it's the best teammate he's ever had. Dwayne Wade, yeah. D-Wade was really good, but he was coming off of, but he was sort of over the hill once LeBron got there. D-Wade wasn't prime D-Wade beyond really that first and maybe that second year. Beyond that, though, it wasn't that. I do think right now, just with age and stuff, that Anthony Davis does have a higher ceiling than LeBron, but with LeBron's brains and his ability to just literally get it done in the biggest moment, nobody else is winning Finals MVP. Nobody was. I was listening to a podcast today with Jared Dudley, and he was talking about it. Jared Dudley is a player on the Lakers. He usually rides the bench, but it is what it is. And he was saying that he felt, or the Lakers just felt, that the Heat were never going to be a problem. They were gearing up really strong, I'm sure, to face not the Heat, the Celtics and the Clippers and maybe the Bucks. But with those other teams eliminated, it was kind of just all right, bet. And they went to work. The Heat definitely put up a good fight, but just game 6 just didn't have the energy to go again. And, yes, you can say that there are injuries, but the Lakers, I think they still would have beat the shit out of everyone. So it's a fair title. And, you're like, oh, what do you mean fair title? Well, I feel like I've been saying I know a lot. Last year, Toronto had to face the Warriors without Kevin Durant, and then Klay Thompson tore his ACL during Game 6, in which the Warriors were going on an insane run, and he personally was going on an insane run. 2015, for example, LeBron going up against the Warriors with no Kyrie or Kevin Love. Those are just some examples of and it's not that it's necessarily an unfair title. It's just sort of I don't want to put an asterisk next to them, but let's be real. If Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson are playing against the Raptors aren't winning. Come on, let's be fucking real. Yeah. So, was the bubble a success? Did the NBA pull this off? I think yes. I really think it did. You have 3 months of great basketball, not a single COVID outbreak, no major injuries, like we're seeing with the NFL. And, I know it's different sports, but, the rate of injuries seems to be climbing in the NFL in terms of those big ACL tears or, just those season enders. And not a single game was delayed or canceled because of COVID related activities. There was nothing that happened where somebody got infected and had to quarantine or whatever. No, the NBA really held this on lock. And there are definitely some reasons to that. I think not having to play an entire season, because the NBA was already mostly through their season. I think that was a big help to them. I think the NBA also did a pretty good job accommodating. Maybe not in the beginning because there are stories of, the players being upset within the first 2 weeks because the hotel wasn't ready for all those players and the chefs hadn't arrived yet. So they were eating peanut butter and jellies and this, that, and the third. Yeah, I also think it's a lot easier to do a bubble with basketball. Just because, it's smaller teams. You got 15 players on a roster, coaching staff, and not many other people to bring along to said bubble. So, versus MLB and NFL, it's going to be a lot less people. I also think that they had pretty strict rules about lockdown in terms of who comes and goes from the Disney World campus. Even when you did have players leaving, Lou Williams to get, or i.e. Lou Williams to get wings from a stripper joint. Yeah, that's why you're going there. Okay. He was stigmatized pretty heavily. I think the NBA did a great job with that. I also think that, just the way they scheduled the playoffs, and the fact that there's no travel. So you got, I think it was 2 days off in between each game, and you don't have to worry about, flying from Los Angeles to Miami, and you don't have to worry about staying in, some weird bed because they had already been spending, all their time in the same, the beds they're already in. Leadership also was just absolutely incredible, in terms of Adam Silver and Chris Paul and LeBron James. They really held it down. And, if you're going to do this, you're going to need those popular players and the people in power to both really commit. And they did. And, that's some good shit. The players in the NBA PA did an amazing job at committing to the rules and just, really largely committing to basketball for 3 months. yeah, communication between the NBA and the NBAPA seems to be at an all-time high. That's the NBA Players Association, by the way, for people who may not know. And I also think that the general camaraderie of the players just within the NBA and the community of brotherhood that clearly has been upheld. You hear LeBron talking about, this is a fraternity, this is a fraternity. Yeah, it's really cool to see just the faith that the players have in the young players, just to lock in and lock, load, explode. Let's go. Also, just with the logistics part, with basketball, you need 2 hoops and a court and an NBA 3 line, and you can hoop. So, it's not like the NFL where you need an entire field and, you need goalposts and you need lines and you need first down markers and blah, 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 blah. It's a lot easier to just be able to go out and hoop. The Disney World campus provided, honestly, a really, really good place for the NBA to go in and really just do their thing. 3 straight months, they said, all right, we're going to Disney World for 3 months. And the players were legitimately like, all right, let's get it. So, again, there we go. I think is my verbal crutch. So in future podcasts, I'm gonna try and not say as much. So go. Well, let me see where I want to take this. I'll go this way. Should other wow. I really can't pronounce today. I'm sorry, guys. Should other major American sports have done this? See, that's part of the problem, because it's there's so much unknown that it's tough. I personally think yes. Right now it is the 10th. It is the 14th of October, and with the sports leagues that have not done a bubble, baseball, football, hell, even, I guess European soccer is different because, we're strictly talking major American. But hell, I'll throw MLS in there, but they had a bubble, so actually they don't count. Anyway, the leagues that have not done a bubble, they have had play affected by outbreaks. I think that's very important. And outbreaks happen for whatever reason, whether somebody was stupid, somebody was ignorant, or not careful, or just a combination of 3, which equals negligence. And it's messed up because with football, it's really hard because final rosters are 55 players. That doesn't even include practice squad and other potential free agents. So to do a bubble for football would be insane. And while I actually do think they could pull it off, I think it would be a logistical nightmare because, where do you have that many football fields? Because there's 32 teams, so I don't even know how logistically you would do that. I guess maybe, yeah, I don't even know, because that let's do some quick math here. So 55 players on a team times 32. So that's already close to 2,000 players. It's 1,700 players that you're going to have to put on a campus, and again, we're not even counting practice squad. We're not even counting free agents, I guess, wouldn't be invited to the bubble, but coaching, and medical staff and oh shit, I just got an alert that Nick Saban has COVID. That's crazy. Wear a mask, kids. So, you know, and I think with football culture, it's a little different than basketball culture. I think there's certainly more freedom to make bad decisions as a football player, if you will. I don't know if that's speaking correctly to football and basketball players or whatever, but I think that like NFL players, I don't want to come at people's intelligence because that's not right, but I think NBA players are largely sort of more aware of, these things. And, I think with football, it's a lot easier to get swept up in limelight and being young and stupid, and you're just like a really big star on a campus, or, and I'm not saying this would happen on the NFL camp, on the NFL bubble, if they did have a bubble. I don't think they will. I was reading some stuff that they might bubble for the playoffs, but I don't think so. But I don't know. I do think that the NFL probably could not have pulled this off. And it just sucks that they don't have a better contingency plan because they had so much time. Like, that's the one thing about the NBA. The NBA literally had to cancel games night of because of COVID, and they had to just go from there. NFL had close to 6 months, and they didn't really do anything. I mean, yeah, there's protocols in place, and they're fining coaches for, not wearing masks. But, I don't know. NFL, you could have done a lot better. Roger Goodell, you could have done a lot better. And you look at baseball not doing a bubble. And I think baseball very much could have done a bubble. And I believe they did have a plan to do a bubble in Arizona, but it just didn't go down. Oh, that's my dog. My dog is barking. Y'all might have heard that. I don't know. Oh well. I'm just gonna keep going. Baseball. I think baseball fucked up by not doing a bubble because you could have done it. MLS. I looked it up. MLS has the same roster size as MLB, or I actually think it might be a little bigger. I think it's 26 versus 30 in terms of MLS. So and MLS was able to do a successful bubble. Like, we didn't hear a peep out of them. And I don't know. It's sort of, when you look at the leagues and you look at the history of the leagues, and the NFL and MLB have been the two most sort of penny pinching, I'll say. And they're the most greedy. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I'll say. They are definitely the most greedy. And so it makes sense that they did that. Like, logical reasoning, it makes sense that they did it. Should they have done it? Probably fucking not. They should have bubbled up. At least that's what I think. But that's just one man's opinion. Even like hockey had a successful bubble. So, like, come on. So, where does this leave us in terms of the NBA? So, right now, we are now in a league where I think you need size. Because to beat the Lakers, right? Lakers are on top. And you're not going to beat the Lakers going small, because not only do they have the best small ball center in Anthony Davis, they also have the best small ball power forward in LeBron James. So that's not the way you're going to do it. And unless you have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant, probably not going to win that battle against that. You're probably not going to beat that LeBron teams 4 times. So it leaves us with an interesting choice for contenders in terms of players to sign, because there's really not much out there. Like the 20, what is it? We're at 2021. Yeah, I guess it is 2021. The it is 2021. 2021 free agent class is really it's not good. And it sucks for it sucks for NBA teams that are trying to build and go from there. Like, so you have all these players right now. There's a bunch of players on player options that are obviously going to take it up. But those who are unrestricted free agents, you have Gordon Hayward, Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Otto Porter Jr., Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. Yeah, so, like, there's not a whole lot of places to go in, unfortunately, you know. And even when you look at let's look at centers. And it's like, yeah, Gorgie Jang, all right, Cody Zeller, Kelly Olynyk, Enes Kanter, Robin Lopez, JaVale McGee. Yeah, let's dust off fucking JaVale McGee. You could dust off Boban. That could help. Who knows? And so basically what I'm saying is this Lakers team ain't leaving. Like, it's not. Because I think they're going to be better next year. Like, barring injuries, they're going to be better next year, because you go down the lineup and it's not a group of players who necessarily, like, I don't know. I don't see regression in that team's future just because of their play style and the defensive intensity they have clearly shown they can bring. And it's another year of Anthony Davis and LeBron James working together. Like, yeah, good luck with that. Honestly, I'm a very, very I'm a heavy Brooklyn Nets fan, as y'all know, and if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on the Lakers on a futures bet. Just because, you know, it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Like, what happens if Anthony Davis steps it up in another level and wins MVP next year? Great, we're all fucked. Like, you think KD and Kyrie can keep up with that? I love them, but we literally haven't seen them play together yet. So, like, yes, you can make predictions of, like, oh, the KD Kyrie pick and roll, which, believe me, I'm thinking about. It's that's gonna be so good. Blah, blah, blah. We haven't seen them play together yet, so we really don't know. We really don't know, and I don't think there's any other team that I believe mentally can win that title and also have the ability to step up and beat LeBron 4 games in a series. Maybe that could be the Warriors. They have the 2nd overall pick, so that'll be very interesting to see what they do. It would have been cool to see them get the 1st overall pick and then, kind of get the Tim Duncan treatment, but Tim Duncan wasn't, a Tim Duncan player is not available in this draft, unfortunately for the Warriors. So the league right now, they have some tentative dates. One of which that I've heard, well, it's not like I'm an insider or anything. One of which that I've read is they would do MLK Day as, hopefully a week to get that first slate of games going for the regular season. So So we'll see what happens. Maybe this is something that the NBA wanted to do in the future already. Because I remember before the pandemic, there was talk of starting at Christmas so you don't have to cross over with football so much. But we'll see. We'll see. What else is going on? Because that's all I got for Lakers and basketball stuff. I got a kitten. That's been really fun, and been learning lots of stuff. And little kitten is very fun. Kitten does not let me hold him that much, just because he was a stray, so he doesn't love humans yet. But he'll still come and hang out, so that's cool. He won't sleep next to me, which is we're working on that. We're working on that one. Yeah, that's what's going on. Just sort of not treading water, but just I'm in a holding formation. I'm in a holding formation. I'm lying in wait. Just building up funds, and yeah. But I would say check us out on YouTube. We stream at least once a week. We were doing 2 times a week, but I think that's gonna shift. So just check us out, Plan C Podcast on YouTube. We're actually gonna go live tonight, but I don't think this video won't be edited within an hour, or this pod won't be edited within an hour and a half and then posted. So obviously we won't be there. But normally the day is Fridays, and if you need to know, you can go on my Instagram or Plan C Podcast Instagram and click on the link in our bio and join our Discord. There we post all the stream information. We have memes. There's even like a fun little animal, an animal channel in which we send pictures of our animals because we love our babies. We're up to I want to say 33 people, maybe a little more, 36. So that's pretty cool to have that many people in the Discord. It's fun interacting with the community of people that I guess we built. It's kind of crazy. Pretty soon, I think it's November something, it'll be the 1-year anniversary of the Plan C podcast. So I'm pretty sure we'll have something nice for that. So if you wanna stay updated on that, check out our Discord, check out our Instagram. I'm sure we will have lots of, good things to say about it there. Check out our streams, check us out on Spotify, Twitter, check us out on YouTube, check us out on Apple. We're all over the place. We have stickers. So if you want some stickers, hit us up, hit our DMs, and we would love to talk to you about it. We seem to get a decent amount of international listeners. So if you're listening internationally, just big shout out to you. I was looking at the geographic location of where people are listening from, and we've got people from Ireland, Canada, Australia, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Puerto Rico, Germany, Serbia, Mexico, Singapore, and I think the last time I counted it, we have I don't even know how many states, but it's a decent amount. So shout out to y'all for having a listen. And it's cool because I've noticed that y'all have listened when we haven't been putting out stuff, so I feel kind of bad. But we're back on this, so look forward to hearing more podcasts because our beautiful voices will be blessing your ears shortly. I'm gonna wrap this up because I gotta, well, not now, but soon have to start getting ready for stream. That's always a little bit of work, not that much, but a little bit. Yeah, look out in the future for some fun stuff. We're starting a D&D campaign that I believe we're gonna do. Oh, excuse me. That we're largely going to do on stream and on Discord. So keep your eyes open for that. Again, check out our streams. If What else? TV shows. Watch The Boys. That shit is incredible. It just finished season 2 on Amazon. I know I don't love Amazon, because Jeff Bezos he's a sus man. But they do make some pretty kick-ass TV. So check that out. I recently watched the movie Creep by Mark Duplass. That was interesting. That was not my favorite movie, but it was interesting. If you like weird movies and you just want to get high with somebody and just kind of just watch a movie that'll make you go, what? Huh? Just check that out. It's a fun time. I've been going on for a little while. Big shout out to our sound guy, James. Love you, buddy. We went fishing a couple weekends ago. Caught some nice fish. It was my first time successfully fishing in a long time. So shout out him. Shout out him for the great work he does. Shout out Stolo. He's been putting in work. He's it's a talented dude. Check out his Instagram. My co-host. Big shout out to Knives Meow. Close friend Radia. She did an advertisement with Skull Candy and Rico Nasty. So that dropped recently. And one last shout out at Snakebone. Visual artist Julian Alexander, very talented. Vice just did a story on him, so if you want, you can check that out. That's it for me and the return of Plan C. Ooh, these bars. Again, like, share, subscribe to us on YouTube. This will be posted to YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Apple. Check us out on Anchor. Check us out on Breaker. Check us out on Spotify. We are all over the place. Hit us up for stuff you maybe want to talk about because, hey, if you got something to say, we would love to talk to you and maybe make a podcast with you. So, hit us up. We don't bite. We don't bite. All right, y'all. That's all from me. Thank you so much for listening. Have a fantastic rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, whenever you're listening, wherever you're listening. Stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands. Thanks again for listening, and have a good evening. Peace out.